All right. Hello from rainy Belgium. Guys, my name is Julia Stark. I'm the president of the European Women Association. And today I'm not speaking about female empowerment, about gender equality or networking. No, today I'm so happy to share with you how would I say, one of the most close subject to me, and I'm so passionate about is actually the innovation, or let's go a step further, the science behind innovation. And I'm so humbled to be here with you because I've seen the lineup and it's just extraordinary. And I'm happy to be here with you on this online forum. I'm sorry we cannot see each other offline, but guys, just again, thank you so much for having me here. I have prepared few slides as we don't have that much time together. So I hope you will enjoy the process. Well, let's talk about the science behind innovation and how to thrive in a complex and ambiguous market like we are experiencing it right now. Well, Innovation Explorer Forum 2021 in Sofia, Bulgaria. I actually look forward to see you all in person, but today it is happening thanks to technology online. Well, I will share with you some very cool stuff about how to get into the innovative state. I will share with you all the practical stuff around the flow and creativity. And please remember 700%. Well, before we dive into the now and in the future, let's just first go back and look what happened 300 years ago, because that actually was the basis of our innovative world like we know it ourselves. So the first industrial revolution, when the steam trains were happening. And by the way, this slide was inspired by the World Economic Forum. Second industrial revolution, we had the electricity. 100 years later, finally we have the internet. And we remember the days? I mean, suddenly you and I were connected. And maybe we have people here on the call who are don't even imagine living in the world with no internet, but yes, it was real. And then followed by fourth industrial revolution of biotalk, robotics, artificial intelligence, so the age of intelligence. Well, according to Normal Research Institute, it's not really about the intelligence. We are speaking here about the creative age because impact happens through innovation. So innovation isn't something that you choose to be or not to be. This is something that is so imperative for the most of us. First of all, the reason why, well, competitive markets. I mean, there's very short shelf life of the products, right, and the goods. Fast evolving technologies, again, it's so disruptive. Look what happened in the last 12 months. It's just unimaginable, right? And then we had overloaded consumers, like literally too much information coming in. The focus is narrowed and people feel like they are overwhelmed. So let me move my camera. Well, so creativity is skill of the future. According to different researchers, according even the IBM survey that conducted over 1,500 other top executives in 60 different countries, they all agreed creativity is the answer. Well, I hope you agree. If not, I'm curious to have this conversation in the Q&A. According to Stephen Kotler, who's the founder of the Flow Genome Project in US, he's saying, well, listen, guys, creativity isn't a skill. This is actually state of mind. And why? Well, different companies have tried to get their teams into creative state of mind, to get them into innovation, but many of them have failed. So what we've seen right now that we actually have to have another approach and tap into our mind so that we get maximum out of our teams and ourselves. Well, what is creativity? Simply said, we've got the old idea, old experience, we got the new insight, and ta-bam, we have a creative solution. Well, it's been researched and shown that flow massively triggers creativity. So managing your mental state becomes a massive differentiator. So think about it, like optimal state of consciousness. This is what, according to science, flow actually means. Optimal state of your consciousness. It's actually your ultimate competitive edge in entrepreneurship, in business. So again, guys, I hope you're with me on this subject. You all have experienced flow, certain moment. That's a feeling of selflessness when time actually flies or go very, very slowly. When everything happens so easy and you're like in a tunnel vision and you make connections, neural connections, much more faster. So think about your best ideas. I mean, probably they did not happen while you were watching a Zoom session or you were researching something. Most of the time that happens when you are working out, when you do something you love, maybe when you are singing in the shower. It doesn't really matter. But the reason that happens literally most of the time at these moments is because you calm your mind and you're free from all distractions of the world and all the noises, and things become so much clearer. Well, the Flow Research Collective subjects from different fields, like people from entrepreneurs to scientists to writers, and they reported that they have been 7 times much more creative in the state of flow. Let me repeat that. When you are in the state of flow, you're 700 times more creative, like 700%, I'm sorry, 7 times more creative. So being in that state helps you to make a difference in the market. Well, another Harvard Institute, they actually discovered that you are more creative in the flow at the moment itself, but also the day after. So suggesting that flow doesn't just heighten creativity in the moment itself, but it actually happens on longer time as well. So being in the flow actually trains us to be more creative. I hope it makes sense what I'm saying. According to Forbes, they are saying, listen, flow state percentage is one of the 5 new management metrics for new managers and leaders. Then, well, how does it look like, the flow? In short, we don't have that much time, but this is when your happy hormones are firing and you feel this connection to others, you have this endorphins flowing, and the brain activity slows down. And this is when you tap into the mental state of flow. What does trigger flow? Well, maybe very strange to hear that, but risk. Yes, risk. When you have deadlines, when you're jumping from the airplane, when you're doing cool new adventurous stuff, you are actually tapping into flow. Concentration, clarity, time blocks, all these things happen to get you focused and get into that state of flow. By the way, they've researched it's maximum 90 minutes maximum that you can be in a state of flow. All right, so be nice to yourself. Don't expect to be always in the state of flow. That's what I'm saying. And then meditation. Let me just shortly tap into that. Different researchers have shown that if you meditate for 4 days, just 4 days, it already shows beautiful results for when you tap into that creativity or innovation. So after 4 days, you will already see the results. You get into the clarity through connection to imagination, and in other words, like how to imagine the unimaginable. Why? Well, you are trying to figure out things that have never been figured out before. Another 2 very interesting researchers have said that if you tap into your imagination much more often with your team, you will actually activate parts of the brain that will help you and serve you to get to these results you are envisioning. In other words, piano study, maybe you've seen about that, when people, their brain activity would be measured when they would imagine playing the piano, and the same parts would be lit as if they would actually play the piano. Another research institute in Cleveland, they proved that imagining lifting your finger will actually improve the muscles in the finger with 30%. So quite important research for rehabilitation as well. Few flow busters, you know about that. We are all guilty, is when we've got too much stress, too many notifications, social media, emails, but also too many distractions and not passion or purpose to something that you are doing. So if you're guilty about that, guys, please work on that. In other words, if you want to get into that dance of flow triggers creativity, creativity, innovation, and then we go back to flow. Being more physically active also helps to improve the flow states. Well, this is a short picture of our team, innovation team. I hope one day we'll be able to be working with you, as we've been working with the most and the biggest brands out there. But again, this is something you can do yourself. So I hope this short presentation inspired you to get into flow, to explore different ways of becoming more creative and innovative. Please connect on LinkedIn and remember the wise words of Socrates, the philosopher. The secret of change is to focus all of your energy, not to fighting the old, but building the new. I truly, truly thank you for being with me on this short keynote about the science behind innovation. You know what? I am ready for Q&A. Thank you.